think our mics are muted.
Oh, that's my bad.
So you gotta unmute
Yo.
that. You could probably mute Caleb's.
I can't from here.
Oh, Caleb, mute your mic.
There we go.
There we go.
What's up, everybody?
How's it going?
It's been one hell of a week.
It's been a week.
I'm sure anybody who sees it has probably seen at least one of the things we're going to talk about today.
Something.
Something. Yeah, it's
A little bit of this, a
It
little bit of
was
that,
a
a little
week.
bit of.
it was a week.
Uh-oh. All right. Yeah. So, how's your week been? Other than
Not bad. Pretty standard. Just been
Yeah.
dealing with the puppy and work. That's pretty much it.
a little land shark.
Yeah, he is.
He's cute though.
He is. He's
Little
something.
little land shark. Yeah. It's been just work,
Yeah.
Work.
Same.
gym, work. That's about it.
Not too bad. Caleb.
Fun stuff.
My work has been pretty fun so far. That's the cool thing about the week. I've been welding a lot of really big docks. I get to weld a 8x16, so
Oh, that'd be fun.
it's a pretty big dock, yeah.
That's a-
I'm
that's a-
excited. I'm excited for that.
That's pretty cool.
hmm
You just like laying on top of it.
Actually, yeah, that's a lot of it. I have to climb up on my table to weld a lot of them because I can't reach. So, yeah, that's a lot of the
Nice.
stuff that I do.
That's pretty fun.
That's sweet.
I guess, excuse me, getting started into the week. Nothing's in any really particular order. Just
We can get started with some explosive stuff.
right.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone like things. Everybody likes things that go boom.
right.
why not?
So another house explosion. I don't know how many we've had now, but I told you a while back that this is going to be a thing.
Yeah, it's really weird. I think they're, in my opinion, what they're doing is some of the spooks. They're trying to clean up some of those spooks that they have out there.
Okay.
It seems that way, or they're
Yeah,
just
I
trying
don't
to
know.
cover. They're trying to cover something.
Right. I don't have as much info about this. I guess we can kind of do a quick digging into it.
It's
But
weird that a lot of them.
this one's in Virginia, just like the Jason Yu one. But I have a lot less info about it than I did about the other one. But it is in Virginia.
He must have been a really important person though.
I don't know. This is all I have on it. We can
Yeah.
do a quick digging. But yeah, look at this house. Gone. Sterling, Virginia. I don't know where that is.
That's a big explosion.
Look at all
man.
the stuff that got caught in the tree.
Yeah.
Like there's all this clothing and stuff all in the trees here.
It's a big explosion.
Yeah. That must be the 911 call.
Yeah.
Look at all the debris that's like everywhere.
Could you imagine being the neighbor of that house?
No kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So excuse me. So there's this, and then I have one more thing about it. This is saying that there's like
Oh.
a significant emergency response. I would say
And-
so. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
Look at
That's
all.
so many police.
That's insane.
That's so many emergency vehicles, dude.
Remind you of the mall in Florida?
Yeah, the mall in Florida when they sent out like. See, that's what. It kind of makes me feel like there's
Yeah,
something.
that's what they say it too. Yeah, reminiscent of the situation in Miami.
Yeah. I mean, why send so many police officers and emergency vehicles to a fire like that?
Right.
Or an
22
explosion like
minute
that?
drive from Langley.
Oh yeah. There is a certain 3-letter agency around there somewhere.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they do a lot of farming there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume an explosion like this is a gas, but it's like, why do these keep happening? It's been a lot.
Is there
Caleb, do you think you could find like who the homeowner is?
something weird going on with? Is there something weird going on with maybe like the infrastructure with natural gas?
Right.
Or, I mean, do you remember that thing with the water supply? How there were weird like hacks that were happening?
Oh yeah, the cyber attacks.
The cyber attacks. Is
Mhm.
that what's going on? Is something like that, and they're just not talking about it?
That's actually a
It's-
good point. I don't know, but it is kind of coincidental that the Biden administration wants to ban gas stoves,
right.
and we keep having all these
Mm.
gas explosions.
Yeah, it's strange.
Was there any casualties, Caleb? Have you seen anything?
Yeah, it looks like one firefighter died
Yeah, Trevor
One
Brown.
firefighter. Okay.
and 10 others were injured.
Wow. 10.
So who owned the house? It doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious. I'd
Yeah,
like to know
it doesn't
more
look
about
like
that.
It
it.
said gas leak in a
says-
South Riding home resulted in an explosion that killed one resident and left her husband with severe burns.
Wow.
That's Loudoun County.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who was the homeowner.
Huh. Maybe they just haven't released the name yet.
Yeah.
Probably not. We probably won't hear anything else about it.
Oh, here's the other
This was
video.
one day ago.
That's the
Water.
Jason,
Yeah.
the U guy.
Jason
Mhm.
Yu, that was the one from
Jason
December.
U, yeah.
Hmm.
So it said one dead, 11
One-
injured.
Yeah, one firefighter and 10 injured. And
Yeah, it just
11
says
injured.
a house in Virginia. It doesn't. None of these say who the owner was.
Huh.
Huh.
That's
Might be something to
interesting.
check into in a while. Excuse me.
So is there anybody home? I'm gonna just say insurance fraud.
Well, the husband got injured.
Oh yeah, he's burnt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. Just something I noticed. Doing a whole lot of noticing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But that's quite the presence.
That is quite the presence. That's a lot of. It's a lot of emergency vehicles.
Right. What all of them would be doing? What would they all be doing down there?
That's what it
I,
makes.
I imagine with that much, this many, emergency vehicles, like there's just going to be a lot of standing around going on.
Yeah. Well, that's one of those things where it's like, is it somebody important? Because
Two ambulance. Well, I mean, I guess some of it they'd be concerned about neighboring houses
Mhm.
being affected, and that'd be another reason they'd bring extra people.
yeah,
Based on the first. Oh, I guess I don't have it now.
did you already close out of it?
I must have.
Yeah.
But based on the first one, that house was that was destroyed.
It has gone.
It was completely gone. I'd assume they probably were expecting more damage, maybe to neighboring houses or other people being injured.
Right.
Seems like it'd be a pretty big explosion.
Yeah, some.
Did you hear about this one, Caleb? No. So, was it Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that? I think it was Tuesday. There was some talks that there was a national security threat that Congress knew about, or like it was most of our government knew about it, and I don't remember. It was a senator wanted it to be like disclosed to everybody, and it ended up coming out later that it has to do with Russia and sending
Basically,
nuclear weapons into space.
Yeah, from what I heard is basically weapons to take out satellites.
Yeah, it would disrupt satellites. Yeah.
But yeah, this rocket right here, the Suez 2,
This is
as a heavy lift rocket.
it's like Elon Musk's
Yeah,
Falcon 9.
Falcon 9. Yeah,
This is their version of it.
it's a heavy payload rocket. Huh. Well, why not?
Right.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I don't know. I get you have to have strong defense and stuff in order to have peace, but probably shouldn't be poking a bear to have peace.
Right.
Anybody poking a bear, you just shouldn't do it. I mean, we've been poking Russia. Russia's been poking us. Everyone's just poking each
Everybody just take a chill pill.
and they don't even use protection.
Yeah, I don't. This says February 9th. They launched this
Okay.
with an unknown payload.
Unknown payload.
And at the same time, oh, here's the source. At the same time, our government was saying, "Oh, well, there's no evidence that they've actually sent anything to space as of yet. It's in development." They've been telling us
okay.
this is stuff they've been developing for a long time. Same with us. We develop stuff all the time.
Hopefully, it's not like those satellites that China has. That starts fires everywhere.
Yeah, like in Chile and Maui.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's nothing like that. That wouldn't be good.
No. I mean, having satellites knocked out wouldn't be good either.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not.
Oh, I didn't know I moved this far into the.
Yeah, I don't know if we could show this next video.
I don't think the video's fully here.
Oh, okay.
But we all watched it earlier. So, this man's getting sentenced to life for striking someone in the head with a axe, and it happened about how you think it would. There is a video. Excuse me. There is a video out there of it.
Might have to be careful playing this too because it's Fox.
That's true.
Oh, we got hit last time we played something.
Oh my! Right, that was stupid.
Yeah.
So this guy is standing here. You can kind of see the axes over his shoulder. Oh, it's here.
It's
actually.
a big ass axe. Dude.
Yeah, and so in this article it says that he came here to purchase an axe. And then he stood here for several seconds, probably a good 30 seconds or so. And then he over the head swings it, striking this dude directly on his cranium.
Yeah, directly in the head. It's
And
so rough.
oh
to
yeah,
watch.
it is a
I
hard.
don't recommend watching.
No,
it.
I wouldn't recommend it either. He just pops this dude right on the head. He's sitting here just eating egg rolls, minding his own business. Pop, and then mom over here comes freaking out as anybody else would.
Right.
And they don't know each other.
Nope. I just don't understand the urge to do that. I don't understand why somebody would just have the urge to do that.
No.
It's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this is where it says the victim basically sitting in the house, charging his cell phone, eating an egg roll, and wasn't even interacting with anybody. Just got struck in the head. Bam.
The crazy thing is, so in the video that we watched, it doesn't even look like this guy even like went for like the money that he paid for it.
No, he just
Like he just hit him.
he
and
got it
walked.
in his head and he did it.
Yeah.
He was like, "What if I just hit this guy right now?" And then he did it.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's crazy.
It was weird though because he stands there for
I mean, could you imagine
he
that?
stands right here for a good 30, 40 seconds and then he just swings it.
Right. Could you look, everybody has bad thoughts that go through their head. Could you imagine acting on those?
Oh no. No.
It'd be so. Oh man. Yeah, that's.
I mean, I
not
don't
good.
get those kind,
Not like that bad.
but it's like you get those what ifs, like,
Like,
oh,
what if I did
what if
this?
I fell and cracked my head on the floor
Right.
or something crazy like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude. That video's rough. What do you think, Caleb?
Yeah, that's super weird that he just
He just did
out
it.
of the blue. He just maybe like him standing there for so long was him like contemplating doing it.
It had to have been.
It had
Like,
to, yeah.
I feel like once you have the axe and you're going to buy it, like why wouldn't you just leave at that point?
Right.
Like, are you gonna stick
came
around
there
and
to
be
get
like,
what you, yeah.
yeah, like are you gonna stick around and be like, oh, this is cool, while the dude's literally just sitting there on his phone eating an egg roll?
Do you think he had that
Also-
idea before he got there?
I wonder
have,
too.
I have no clue.
I wonder
Like
that
a
too. Was he was
premeditated
like, "Oh, I'm
thing.
gonna go buy an axe from somebody and hit him with it."
I also think it's weird. Like, I would be really skeptical of some. Like, I just gave a random person an axe. in my home.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'd sell. to
I'm
him,
never
like, get the-
selling an axe to anybody.
Yeah, I'm never selling.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not.
No way, man.
I
I'm
just
not gonna
don't-
sell an axe. And
yeah.
have
I'd be
someone
scared
pop
to
me
just
with it.
give a random person a weapon, and I'd be like,
You get
and they're in my house. I'm like, yeah, here you go.
right. You have like a little drop point set up. Like, okay, leave the money here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put your X here.
I don't know. That's crazy though.
Yeah, that's weird. I
He
don't
had
know.
to. So it happened a year and a half ago, is what I think they said in the
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, it looks like it's an old
But
story,
he's
but
been
it's still
sentenced to life in prison, first-degree murder.
first degree, so it was
He
premeditated.
premeditated. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so he must have planned it.
I mean, I guess
planned
even
it.
if you're planning it as
Right
you're
at the
happening,
moment.
is that first degree?
Yeah, it
What if he
only
didn't?
takes.
What if he went
Well-
there and he didn't plan on doing that, and he was
That would
standing there?
be-
He's like, "What if I swing this right now?" Is that first degree?
It
that's-
basically comes down
Isn't
to
that second
wordage.
degree?
It comes down to wordage. Like, if he was like, "No, I just went there to buy an axe," but then I got this idea in my head.
Right.
If I hit this, whoop, then it becomes premeditated. Because as soon as you have an idea of doing it, then
And then you
becomes
do it.
premeditated,
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
if it happened right,
because you plan on doing it.
I was gonna say in the spur of the moment type thing. I'm pretty sure that's second degree.
The second, yeah.
But like, of course, if you have like, if you're a hitman
It-
and you have a bounty on somebody, then yeah,
Right.
Right.
well,
Well,
then yeah, that's first degree.
there's a fine line between first and second because it comes down to basically wordage. Like if you
Yeah.
were to say like, yeah, I got there, I bought it, and then it just happened.
it just happened, right?
Or if you said I got it, I bought it, and then I had this idea to do this, then it becomes premeditated because you have the idea, and then you start
Right.
working the processes in your mind to formulate a plan of what to do.
I don't know.
So
It's
it's
crazy,
interesting.
dude.
It's crazy.
He popped him good though.
Poor guy.
Anyways,
That's rough.
yeah, really, I feel bad for the.
He
the other
lived.
dude.
You said he lived for a couple days after that too.
Yeah, he said the article said that he died a few days later.
That axe was.
Dude,
Deep.
it went into his skull big time.
I think it's weird too that he just like right in the head and then didn't do anything.
Didn't
else.
do anything after.
Yeah.
And then
Like-
the mom was in the other room,
Like just
freaking
screaming,
out.
and he just stood there.
Yeah,
Did he
Like,
take
I think he
why?
got it in his head like that right then and there.
He didn't even take the axe with him either.
No, he
he
just
was
left it.
arrested there. I think
Oh, okay.
So what? He just stood around.
he just hung around. Yeah, turned himself in or something. I don't
Huh.
know.
That's so
Huh.
weird.
Could you imagine being the first responder showing up there?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
That would suck, dude.
That dude looked like a kid. Like super
Yeah, he was
young.
20,
looked
I
like
think.
yeah, he looked like my age. So that's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways,
What's this about? What's our next thing? We got cereal.
yeah, cereals in the news.
Oh, nice.
Quaker Oats and
I love
Cheerios are recalling product because a study found a chemical called chloroquat is a pesticide. Is found in 90% of these products.
That's good. That's always good. I should-
Yeah, and they did a urine test. It might be in here, but they did a urine test back in 2017, and then each successant one has
Mhm.
increased in the amount found in the urine.
Yeah. So one of the things with these pesticides, and I actually know this just because I got certified because I was helping out my uncle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So with certain pesticides, they actually bioaccumulate within the
Mhm.
body.
Yep.
So your body will sit there and build it up because it can't shed it. So it'll sit there and build up and build up and build up, and it can act like that's where like you can become really sick over time from pesticides.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
And it'll really affect your body.
Yeah, so this study found that 80% of tested Americans had the chemical in their systems.
Some kumquat or chlorumquat.
Chlormaquat, yeah.
Chlorumquat. That's a derivative off of a chlorine.
Must be.
Based.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
I hear a puppy whining.
Yeah, he must be eating his crate.
Chlormquat chloride. Yeah. So it's a chlorine. Yeah, that would not be good to be.
It's a plant growth regulator.
Yeah.
I think it has something to do with how it how the plant makes the plant grow and produce its final product in different ways.
Right. So, see, if you scroll down, look at that. It says chlormquat is not approved for use on edible plants in the U.S. However, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency decided in 2018 to allow the importation of foods treated with this chemical.
Yeah, tell me how much sense that makes. We can't have our own if we want it in our products.
Yeah.
We can't have our own farmers put it on it. We have to have
That's
someone else do it.
But it's perfectly fine for stuff
Yeah.
that comes over from China
yeah.
or Canada or wherever.
Whoops. That was stupid.
It kind of makes you wonder about that chicken that comes from frickin' China, the Tyson
Right.
Foods.
Oh yeah, the bug one that
Not just the bug, the actual chicken.
right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's in just about everything that has to do with oats.
oh man, I love oatmeal.
No kidding, me too.
It's a good source of carbohydrates if you need to.
Oh yeah, 92% of oat-based foods purchased and tested and made. So this is just like last year.
Cool. So that means, and I actually wonder what the side effects are of this chemical within the body.
I wonder too, probably like cancer.
I would hey Caleb, open up a search. Or you could probably do it in the same one, in this window. Type in actually highlight and copy and paste the name of this chemical. The chlormquat. Oh wait, it says right there. What are the effects? Oh, scroll down.
Oh nice, yeah.
Scientists don't know the exact impact on the human body.
Of course they don't.
Infertility,
Oh, I had
fetal growth,
something
delayed
about
puberty.
this. Yeah.
So it's a hormone blocker.
Yep.
there you go.
Actually I think
That's exactly what I was thinking it was too.
I actually have something about that here. I was actually going to put them next to each other so we could talk about it.
Yeah, so there's in the majority of foods and in stuff like, so I've noticed that I'm actually I think I'm allergic to deodorant,
Okay.
right? Because I put it on, but I have this, like, my skin's been peeling underneath my armpits.
Okay, yep.
And then I've gotten a couple rashes. So and then I started diving into like how to make your own, just with like coconut oil,
Mhm.
stuff like that. And then like I was looking up the effects of all the stuff in deodorant.
Mhm.
It's the same thing. It has a whole bunch of chemicals in there that blocks how your body produces hormones.
So
And
apparently
aluminum.
I lost it here somewhere. We might find it later. But
Okay.
there was another post that I found from Twitter that they went into a bunch of detail about depopulation,
Oh, okay.
stuff in our food and the drugs that we were given and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That has a lot to do with this. It all has to do with making you infertile so that you can't produce children to reduce the population, and it's a long game.
Yeah. So there's actually a book that was written back in the 70s about this. It's a little over, it's like 1,500 pages long. It was written by John P. Holdren.
Okay.
And John P. Holdren was Barack Obama's top science advisor.
Mhm.
And in the 70s, he wrote a book called Eco Science. And in that book, you can download it. It's a PDF. You can actually download the PDF for free,
Okay.
the whole book. And in that book, he talks about how all the additives that they're going to put into food and everything that
Mhm.
basically it's a really long book that talks about all of that stuff.
Okay.
That's crazy. It's called Eco Science.
I feel like I've heard this discussed before.
Yeah, I probably talked to you about it before.
It's possible.
I don't know. I say a lot of things.
I thought I had it. It doesn't seem like I do. They talk about the depopulation stuff.
Oh, his code name. Oh. You got so many links up.
It's insane. Yeah, this week was
Good
crazy.
lord.
Maybe it was this one. I don't know.
Alright. Yeah, that's
Well,
okay.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, they're trying to kill everybody.
We can move on
You are
to
the
some more
carbon they want to
explosive stuff.
Yeah, you are the carbon they want to reduce.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, Bill Gates completely said that in what was that, a TED's talk or whatever?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
he
he
said,
did.
like, out of all these numbers, there's one, or we need to drop these numbers, and there's one that we can control, which is population.
Yeah,
And he talks about how if they effectively push vaccines, then they can eliminate the population by
Mhm.
15%. That's not me saying it. That's him.
right. Guy.
This fucking guy.
Fucking guy. Next up we have there was a bomb threat in Oklahoma University a couple days ago, the 17th, and today is the 8th. So this was yesterday.
Yesterday.
And there was also a sign. I think I had a
Interesting.
yeah. There was a sign here that says, "Ignore this like you do the genocide."
2008 and counting. Silence is complicity.
I don't know if that's gonna be. Oh, here it is.
Yeah. I would bet
They're
that
referring to Israel and Gaza.
Palestine.
Yeah.
I would bet that explosive was inert, and that was a political statement.
Mhm.
I would guarantee that wasn't actually a true explosive.
No, it was probably just a suspicious
It
package.
even says right there, the area near Gaylord Hall has been deemed safe, and there is no threat to campus. It was an inert package. It was a political statement.
Mhm.
Which makes me think it's a psyop.
Guaranteed. It's an election year. Have election years
Mhm.
always been like this, or
Absolutely balls. Well, this one's gonna get balls to the wall crazy.
but at least the
The
last
la-
three have been
The
like
last three
just
have been
insanity.
insane. Yeah, from all the
'Cause I don't remember 2012 being like that,
no. Well,
or
you had
2008.
that's because you had two puppets, like actual major puppets, where they still try and push the exact same thing except for claim Republican and Democrat.
I think that's
That's-
too like all the crazy stuff that happens like 2020 absolutely
It was insane.
like
Yeah.
even not just COVID, like everything else was
Everything.
absolutely
yeah, the
crazy.
riots, like
Yeah.
everything.
And then like I remember when I was in school in 2016, I wasn't even that involved in politics, and I could see all this like crazy stuff that was happening.
Yeah.
The Russia collusion,
Mhm.
Russia.
Well, we have stuff
So,
about
like,
that.
Every
We
election
had some
year,
stuff came out
like
about that.
right
I
at
remember.
it seems like the ball just drops, and then like I see like the news, a bunch of news articles the next day about like crazy stuff, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to start off the year.
Yeah,
Though,
it gets everybody fired up right at the beginning of the year.
yeah, the one thing I have to say though is I think this year there's going to be a lot of stuff, and it's already starting to happen because of the Russia stuff that we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
But you're going to notice that there's going to be, and just keep your children safe.
yeah.
There's going to be a lot more school shootings. Be vigilant and pay attention to your surroundings everywhere you go, because as soon as something bad comes out against the left or the power hungry people,
Yeah.
whoever it is, as soon as bad news comes out against them is when bad things happen, like school shootings.
Yeah,
It
and there was
happens every fucking time.
it is, and just this week there was the one we're going to talk about, the one in Oklahoma, at the Kansas City, the Super Bowl parade and everything.
Yeah.
There was a shooting there. There was two school shootings the same day, Georgia and Florida, and all in the same day. And it was the same day that the FBI documents were released that indicate Obama being completely under the entire
Oh, yeah.
Russia collusion thing, which we have some stuff about that.
Yeah. It's,
So then you got this this bomb threat, then you got, like all this stuff it's just gonna be more frequent.
It's gonna get really, really crazy. Just pay attention to your surroundings, and just check, double check, triple check if you have to.
Yeah.
If your doors are locked, pay attention to your children. Just even if you need to download a police scanner, download a police scanner. If you hear sirens going, just click in and listen to make sure. I do that all the time with my boys when they're in school.
Oh
I
yeah.
have a police scanner, and if I hear multiple sirens, I turn it on. Because there's been a couple scares here in Charlotte too, or here in Charlotte.
Right.
But no, there's whoops.
That happens.
There's been a couple scares here.
Oh yeah, there's always
So
in around this area. There's
it's
something going on.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Keep an eye on it, on the ones you love, and
Yeah. And just be vigilant.
yeah, head on a swivel.
Yeah, we could talk
Hope for the best. Be
Right.
prepared for the worst, kind of deal.
Yeah. Talk about some more spooks. Dude's a clown.
This guy is a clown. Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Well, 2020 he was like the spokesperson for the NFL for Pfizer, and he was the mouthpiece. He was this time again. But he's supposedly producing a film, and it's paid for by the president's green energy tax credits.
Oh, that's good. Wonder what the film's about.
I think that's going to go into a little bit of detail here. It's called My Dead Friend Zoe.
Oh yeah.
But why
Oh,
why does it need to be paid for by this Green New Deal bill?
Yeah, it's weird. Huh. I wonder if it's gonna be similar to the new Biden movie.
Yeah, right. So I ended up watching that Obama movie, by the way.
Dude, it's wild, right?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's wild.
It was interesting. It was weird.
It's just like they're trying to tell you, like, oh, this is what we plan.
Yeah. It does kind of feel that way. It was an interesting, weird kind of movie, and it ended really stupid.
It did end really stupid.
Yeah, so what's this about anyway? So it's a low budget dark comedy.
Okay.
Low budget of 10 million. Is that what we're saying here?
Yeah, I'd say for
That's-
film wise, that's like more on the low budget side.
That's
But
relatively
Yeah, for
low,
nowadays, yeah.
yeah, although there's some pretty, really, really low
See,
budget films.
Wait a minute now. Low budget with Ed Harris, Morgan Freeman. That's low budget.
How did they get those guys in there for 10 mil?
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, look at yeah. It's
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan.
I feel
Freeman.
like him himself would be 40 mil just to show up. In a
Yeah,
movie.
just to be on
Right.
set.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm seeing here, the first to take advantage of 2020's Inflation
Reduction
Reduction
Act, yeah.
Act.
That was such a stupid bill.
That's
Shoulda
what they're
never came
using?
into power.
So they're using taxpayer money
Yeah, to pay for a
to
movie.
pay for a movie.
That's because the movie's going to be propaganda.
Yeah.
The movie's going to be.
I was gonna say, why is the government even funding a movie being released?
Because they need votes bad.
Yeah, they need votes. I honestly,
I know, but why is taxpayer money going towards somebody's movie?
They use your taxes for
yeah,
unspeakable things.
they use your tax money for everything.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's absolutely crazy, though, and if they would just stop using taxpayer money for all of this crap, all the bullshit that they do, we wouldn't fucking have to pay taxes.
I know. Yeah.
People are out there talking about, oh, I want free schooling. I want the government to come save me, give me free schooling, give me housing, pay for all of this. You stop taking Americans' money from them, from their hard-earned money, it's gonna be easier for other people to afford a place to fucking live.
Exactly. Yeah, and groceries and everything
Jesus
else.
Christ. It's crazy.
It's insanity. Yeah, so a lot of this is just talking about how they plan on funding it, and it's green energy bills are paying for it. The Inflation Reduction Act paying for it. Sounds like there's some donations.
Yeah.
Follows. Okay, here's your plot. I don't. We're gonna have to look up who this guy is. Kyle Hausman Stokes. He's the director. It follows a female Afghanistan veteran who comes head to head with her Vietnam vet grandfather at a family's ancestral house.
I already know where this is going.
The film, which will make its so it's gonna come out. What does this mean?
Southwest by what is
South by Southwest.
it? Yeah, South by Southwest.
Okay. I don't know
That's
what
what-
that. I've heard that
that's
before,
what
but I actually don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either, but that's what I know it's called.
Okay, makes sense.
South by Southwest.
What really does this have to do with Travis Kelce? What it was producing it?
Okay,
He's the producer.
so this is what I think it is. This is a movie that he's going to create. So that plot says a female Afghanistan veteran comes basically head to head with her grandfather that was a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
So this is a woman's rights thing.
Okay.
That's
But why does it have to be paid for by her? I don't even really care about the plot.
yeah, that's
Why am I paying for it?
it's
Because it's
yeah,
propaganda.
it's propaganda.
It's going to be
It's
full of
100% propaganda being pushed by Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. That's what it is.
in an election year.
In an election year.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Using taxpayer money. I don't think that's gonna play out very well.
No, I don't.
It's
think
not
so
gonna
either.
age good.
No. It's probably going to get. It should probably end up getting boycotted.
Yeah. Well,
I assume that's probably the first thing that'll.
you're using taxpayer money to produce a film. Like, dude, Travis Kelce already makes millions of dollars.
Yeah, and he's just
He's a-
producing it. Like,
He's a millionaire.
it's
If
a
you want to
weird move.
produce a film, dude,
I don't understand.
you're
the
using
move.
taxpayer money of hardworking Americans that are struggling, trying to buy food for their family, trying to pay for their home,
All for votes.
all for votes. No, it's just about power.
Yeah.
Keeping hardworking people out there.
Here's a fun
Down.
one for you. This one gets me kind of pissed off here. So the Biden admin is diverting veteran affairs funds towards illegal immigrants.
Yeah, I've seen this too. All right,
We'll open this
heard
up.
about this. Maybe I read one of the articles that he sent me.
That's possible. What is the deal here?
What?
Do you have the stream pulled up somewhere? My phone died.
Well, YouTube doesn't like things, apparently.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Yeah, it's working.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back. Right.
Maybe it just froze up. No, it looks green. So the stream looks green. Caleb, you see on OBS where it shows down at the bottom of OBS how it has that color, and then like the megabytes or whatever.
Yeah, it's kilobytes.
Yeah, kilobytes. So if that does anything like turns yellow, orange, or when it gets to red.
Yeah, I was watching it. I just watched it just like go from green to.
Really? So
No.
is that green? And then it just cut out.
It was green the whole time.
Mm.
Interesting.
Interesting.
All right.
So a senator from Alabama is trying to counter all this.
Yeah, I mean, they already give enough taxpayer money to illegal immigrants. There's a way to come here legally. Come here legally.
And still get
I'm
those things.
and still get those things. I'm well, I mean,
But they don't
I'm-
usually have to be drawn from one fund to make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's the problem here. Like they're just taking from someone who actually did something for this country
right.
instead.
They're gonna bankrupt the VA funds.
Yeah, probably.
They're gonna bankrupt it just like they did with Social Security.
Yeah, exactly.
You and me will never have Social Security when we
No,
retire.
it's not gonna happen.
It will never happen because it's bankrupt. It's gone. Yeah, they went and screwed down right up.
Yeah, that's what would happen here.
There is a way to replenish it, but it's gonna take time. Like with Social Security, it'll take time, and then you would have to use basically how like millionaires use stock market to
Mm-hmm.
build their portfolios. You kind of use that as a fund as like a retirement fund, like a 401k,
yeah.
but with all of Social Security. It's not like that. It's just a pot right now. It just sits there.
That's how mine is.
Well, I mean, with Social Security, if you took it from where it's at right now
Mm-hmm.
and put it into something like a 401k type program, that Social Security would actually build up, and we would actually all have Social Security by the time we retire.
Right. Well, the government
easy
also
fix.
uses it as a fund.
They do. They certainly do.
But yeah,
That's why there's none of it left.
exactly. Here's a video. This is
More illegal.
no. This is I'll let this speak for itself. VA is a joke. I feel that, dude.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I don't, but I understand. That's fucking. That's one thing that Trump was doing really well is he's getting the VA back on track because it got so fucking messed up under Obama,
It's just
and now
it's
it's
the way
just
it,
fucked
yeah.
again.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. I hate that place. Yeah, that's the part that dude, I feel him on that one.
Yeah,
Like you have to talk to someone new now. You got to tell them everything. Like,
and relive all those.
yeah,
All
it's
those
fucking
moments.
horrible, dude. I hate the VA, man. Really.
And
This is what happens when they divert funds.
yeah, if anybody out there is experiencing something like this, please reach out. Like even comment
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
like even I don't know how to. I'm not tech savvy. If you can message us or reach out in any way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our inbox is open.
Yeah.
That's the
Nobody
kind of
should-
stuff, dude. Like I'm telling you that taking funds and moving it to illegals, especially from
Yeah.
a source, that's meant to take care of people who put their blood, sweat, and tears in this country instead of
Right.
people who just like sneak their way in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all that stuff is gonna come to a head though, real quick. Eventually.
We'll see. Yeah. I guess we'll see, but I don't know.
Well, it's the same. It's the same. Like when I talked about that beach ball, the last stream or the stream before that,
Oh,
the beach ball being held underwater. There's
Yeah.
only so much you could do to keep all of this stuff held down until it explodes. It's gonna erupt.
that's true.
Like either you're gonna have fucking retired military men that are gonna start protesting and go to the VA and be like, "Hey, we're fucking done with this,"
Mm-hmm.
or there's a certain point when things switch and then there becomes a revolutionary act.
Right.
I'm calling for peace, but there is a switch that happens
Yeah, there is.
and where it can no longer be peaceful. And that's fucking scary.
It is. It does, and it is, and it feels like it could happen any second.
But it's a match strike away.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
especially with stuff like this here, like we talked about a few minutes ago. There was that shooting in Oklahoma City, or was it Oklahoma City or Kansas City? My bad.
Yeah, it was during the parade.
The parade, yeah.
Was this during the shooting? Must have
Yeah,
been.
yeah. So there was a few people that were tackled there, and 3 people were arrested. I think I don't know which one was which at this point. Military.
Yeah, what are they doing there? What would they be doing there?
That's what this post is about.
Okay.
So yeah, he's not saying that it is or isn't staged, but kind of what we're doing with a lot of these is we're not saying one thing really or the other, but
Yeah.
more giving our kind of 2 cents on it.
So the National Guard could be there, but they would be deployed by the governor, kind of similar to like what's happening in Texas. The governor has the right to deploy the
It was
National Guard.
yeah,
So
and it was a parade.
it was a very very
mean, there
large
could have been
parade.
It also could have been
Yeah.
they could have been marching in the parade.
That's very
You
true.
know,
Yeah, they
That's
could have been
possible.
marching in the parade, but they had their
Yeah, they were all
they-
kitted
they
out
had
and
their-
everything.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that they were there for security reasons.
They must have been.
Which
There could have
they-
been a tip off that something might be going down.
Right.
This was, I believe, later ruled as a gang dispute. Or
Really?
gang related. Yeah, is what I heard
Mm,
a couple days ago.
I don't know shit about Kansas City. So
Me neither.
are there gangs in Kansas City?
I'd assume so.
Okay.
I feel like there isn't any big city like that.
Oh. Okay, I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. I think when I see mass shootings and stuff like that, I instantly have questions. So
That's pretty much what he's saying. He's saying, he's not going to be made to believe that every major event in this country is subject to people that simply want to shoot other people.
yeah,
I don't think so either.
I think people in general have a more
Mockingbird media.
a more foundation of morals than that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it was actually a gang shootout, then. But typically, I said typically
Here's the
because
people
it
who
does.
are arrested.
Oh, okay, it does happen, but typically with a gang shootout, for the most part, people outside of those gangs that are shooting each other, for the most part, people don't get shot unless they get hit by a stray bullet. That does happen.
It does.
But most of the time, those people are aiming at each other. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see because those were people. They were actually shooting into the crowd, correct?
I'm not really sure, honestly.
Okay.
I don't even remember how many people were injured. I think
I don't
20,
either.
around 20. I don't think there was a lot of large death count, but
Yeah.
I guess we could look that up.
Hmm.
We talked about Obama a few minutes ago,
Yep.
and the FBI leaking, or somebody had leaked that the FBI was involved with Obama and orchestrating the Trump collusion or
The
Trump Russia collusion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me change that over.
Yeah, all the things when Trump was like, "Oh, they're wiretapping me."
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
it's all accurate. Everything that Trump said was correct.
Mm-hmm.
They were spying on him. They were spying on his campaign.
So
they have plants in his campaign. They had all kinds of
yeah,
bullshit.
so this came out and like the same day, or like I think this came out the day before the Kansas City shooting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And furthermore, there's this binder of around this whole thing
Mhm.
that holds all these documents about it and everything, and the binder's missing.
Yeah, I wonder why they wanted all those documents that were locked up at Mar-a-Lago
Mm-hmm.
when the
Apparently,
FBI
yeah.
raided.
So they believe
Oh.
that Trump had the binder. They don't have it. They didn't find it there.
Well, so as a Presidential Records Act, Trump
He
had the
declassified these.
he had the
documents.
authority to take all of these documents with him.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have to go
I
to
just went silent. Are we good over there?
Oh, that was weird.
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good. He didn't have to give any of that, any of the stuff that Trump had at Mar-a-Lago. He did not have to give any of that to the Library of Congress
Right.
because under the Presidential Records Act, everyone tried to make it a big deal, but he had the right to have it. He had that. I almost guarantee that he had that binder in Mar-a-Lago, and that's exactly what they were after.
I think it is. I
It's
really do.
exactly what they were after. Because they had to
He
find
was
a way
probably
to
going to
cover
release
it
it
up.
like this year.
Yeah,
I bet you.
they had to find a way to cover it all up.
So yeah, here's the whole timeline. So March of last year, Hunter Biden admits laptop. The next day, Trump indictment.
Mm-hmm.
And then in June, FBI documents alleges Biden bribery. Next day, Trump indictment. July, Hunter plea deal collapses. Next day, Trump indictment. Furthermore, in July, Devin Archer testifies. Next day, Trump indictment. And then again in August, DOJ illegally designates special counsel. Next day, or 2 days later, 3 days later, FBI whistleblower transcript released. Next day, same day.
Same day indictment.
Pattern recognition? Anybody?
Well, here's the thing: is like how many coincidences before it becomes mathematically impossible that it's a coincidence.
Right.
You could say that maybe one or two coincidences is possible. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't believe that, but this many coincidences, it's not possible.
Yeah.
This is a setup.
Just like this, House authorizes Biden impeachment inquiry. A few days later, Biden family whistleblower testifies. Same day, they removed Trump from the ballot in Colorado, which actually he was never actually removed.
Right, they were trying to push it in the news that he was.
Yeah. Damning evidence. Oh yeah, I have the stream.
How do
Damning
you
evidence
even
providing
ban someone from a ballot?
Russiagate was a hoax. Next day, Fannie Willis.
How do you even ban someone from a ballot? Like,
I don't.
It's
I
not
don't
possible.
know.
It's
It's
not-
not possible.
it's not
Once they're on
possible.
the ballot, they're on the ballot.
yeah.
It's against that would be against the law to remove a candidate from
It's
a
against
ballot.
the Constitution.
Yeah.
It's against law.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's.
Yeah.
I don't understand how. It's just not possible.
How is that idea even thrown around? Like, the second that I heard that, I was like, what? Like, how
Yeah.
do you even... That's just something that you can't do.
Nope.
Huh.
I knew this.
So there's your timeline. I'm not, like I've said several times, I'm not at all really a Trump supporter. We had a lot of things better,
Right.
but there's definitely a clear thing that they're going after him at every possible.
They don't want him to be president.
No.
Why?
Right.
Why? And so that's one of those things where, like we were talking about earlier, is that Trump is a playboy. He's a billionaire playboy.
Yeah.
That's what he is. You can hate him as a person. You have every right. Completely understand that. His policies, I don't know how you hate. No, there's some policies that I disagree with. I don't know how you hate any of his policies, even like economically, or some of the stuff that he's done. I get like the bump stock stuff. That's something that I just don't agree with.
Yeah,
'cause-
he said, take guns first, due process second.
right. So there's some stuff I don't agree with, but as far when it comes to the economy, all day.
I guess
Right.
like some people.
But that
could be
doesn't mean I
against-
want him again.
Yeah.
I want somebody else.
Some people could also be against like fracking, which helped a lot with our economy. Was
Right.
fracking,
Yeah.
but a lot of people don't like fracking because you have to destroy some ecosystems to do it, especially in
Yeah.
like Alaska, which is
Yeah, that's where a lot of the fracking happens.
yeah, and that's where a lot of land that's supposed to be preserved happens at. That's
Right.
why Alaskan
Right.
people get paid, is for the actually for a bunch of welders to go out there and. That's
Would you go out there and do some welding?
Yeah.
They pay
That is,
so much.
they are the highest paid welders in the United States right now.
Oh yeah, bet.
Or welders in Alaska.
Them and oil rigs, dude. Oh.
hmm Yeah, but they are the highest paying there because
Yeah.
the anticipation is that Trump wins and opens up the pipelines more,
Yeah,
and they're gonna have a bunch of welders out there. They've already been talking about it.
yeah. That would be probably the first thing that he does because we need to get back to energy independence again.
Yeah, we definitely do.
It's like I remember, and the crazy thing is the media tried to play this off like it never happened.
Mhm.
I remember when Trump left office, gas was like $1.80 something.
Yeah,
It was
$1.87 or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
It was super low,
it was. It's
Wh-
the cheapest I'd ever seen it.
which
in
plays a
long time.
major part in prices of products that are
everything.
produced.
Yeah,
And everything, yeah, food, everything. It plays a massive.
and then the very day
Alright.
Biden takes office,
He shuts down.
he
all
shuts
the
it down,
plants.
and then like weeks later, gas is over $3.
Yeah, it's a joke.
I am
That's a
all
joke.
about like energy independence. I like the economical side about it, but I didn't know this about fracking. It has been proven to cause earthquakes
Yeah,
I
because
believe it.
you're
they
opening up.
steal like stuff from the ground and it creates
Yeah.
pockets
Mhm.
and then it
Everything
slips
has
down.
to backfill. Yeah,
Yeah.
There was,
So that it can be pretty bad. I can understand why some people wouldn't like fracking, but I mean it's very
yeah.
very useful for the economy.
There
to
are
have
there
fracking.
are some companies out there that were what they were doing when they were fracking is as they were fracking they were pumping in water to replace the space. I don't know how that works, but it's something that they were doing.
interesting.
But yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah,
But yeah, I actually knew this. So this next one, I knew this that his Secret Service always called Barack Obama renegade. That's his sign.
okay.
What does the term renegade mean? What's the definition of renegade? It means to tear down something.
yeah,
right?
tear down. Yeah, but it's
To
more like
Go against everything that this
yeah.
system believes. Like you're a renegade,
Yeah, you operate on your own terms.
and he was put into power to go against American values. It's 100% what it was.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
But yeah, so this next one. In 2008, something unbelievable happened for U.S. So Barack Obama, high-level asset that worked for several intelligence. So this is coming from John D'Souza.
Okay.
Yeah. His nickname was Renegade. Barry Soetoro.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people
That's-
call him. Yeah, I've heard this name.
That was
quite a
under the
few times.
CIA. Clowns.
Then there's a little video here.
Oh, nice. It's looks like it's muted.
Why's it gotta be like this? That's stupid.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh yeah. As he says that, they pull up a picture of Lindsey Graham. Yeah, he's another clown. I'd be careful playing too much of this. I don't know where it came from.
Yeah, I don't either. He says I don't like to say his name. He's still the president. I don't care what anybody says.
Who was the president?
Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah, he was president.
He's still the
but
president right now.
he was an illegitimate. Like he was actually an illegitimate president.
Yes.
Like actual illegitimate.
Mm-hmm.
But he was still president.
Speaking of president,
Evil one.
here's a good one for you. This also kind of ties exactly in
And he's
With
married to a man.
presidents and illegitimacy. Yeah, right. And that person is going to admit it and run for president and win this here.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Yeah. They're gonna do that to try it because
Oh, so Biden is on a rapid decline, and we'll see some. I think we have a video about
like health wise or
mental wise.
oh okay.
He's
that's-
refusing to take an acuity test,
I mean,
and his that's weird. Oh, he refuses to take an acuity test.
yeah.
His physical's coming up, which is supposed to have an acuity test. He's refusing to take that part, and
Good.
his cabinet members are saying he doesn't need it. He's fine.
Yeah, yeah, he's great. Just like his Bidenomics is great too.
Right.
It works perfectly. His brain works perfectly too.
Oh
It's
well,
okay.
Bidenomics is working as according to plan.
Oh, it's according to their
Yeah.
plan. Yeah,
It-
100%.
Check this out though. Are you serious right now?
Huh?
Hmm.
You know, I fully believe in like doing things the proper way and doing everything the right way.
Yeah. What happened
Plus-
to paper and hand
but-
counting?
Right, paper and hand counting. But because the system is so fucked up now, we just steal their way of doing bullshit and get shit back in line
Mm-hmm.
to where it's supposed to be. And then we can but that's such a bad way of thinking.
Right.
It's such a bad way of thinking like, "Oh, let's just cheat to get it to where we want it to be." But that's exactly what the left does. And when somebody's cheating, you know what it takes? Just punch the motherfucker in the face.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. It's,
I don't know. That's crazy. I'm not surprised in any
No,
way, shape, or
me either.
form. But I mean, we're just conspiracy theorists, right?
something like that.
Here's a good one for you. So we talked about Biden's acuity. I don't know when this was, but this is pretty funny. Why did he clap to that?
Why did he?
Why did he clap to that?
You know how sometimes they say the
I mean,
quiet-
it's the president. He's probably like,
yeah.
Yeah,
But sometimes they say the quiet part out loud.
they do that a lot.
As famous as John Elton is, how many sexual partners do you think he's had?
I don't imagine he's had that many.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know shit about Elton John.
I don't either.
I don't even really care for his music that much.
But I would I
No,
would
he
I would
dropped some bangers. They're pretty good.
He
Yeah.
did drop some bangers.
did drop
There's a
some
couple
bangers.
good songs.
but I would imagine as popular and as famous as he is,
I hear he
This
was
is
a
just a
party
s-
animal back.
this
in
is
the day.
this is just assuming. He may have spread it a lot, so that was kind of saying the quiet part out loud.
That's very possible. That is very possible. But
Because especially in that community, like you spread it to, let's say hypothetically, 5 people, right?
right, and then they spread it.
They
to
spread
five
it to
more
5
peop-
people. That's 25 people.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure if Freddie Mercury was still alive now, that he would be the same way.
maybe.
I mean, they'd be like, "Oh, this is Freddie Mercury's fault."
Right, but
Which-
that goes to show like the state of Joe Biden. Like he just says whatever,
Right.
and I know he knows. Like if he was in his normal, like a regular frame of mind, he probably wouldn't say things like that.
No, he wouldn't have. No, that's not something. he
Yeah,
would
that's
say-
just
say.
something that you just don't say.
Yeah, it's really
Like, that's
weird.
pretty like.
No,
oh,
that's something
But
that
he's
I
been
would say-
saying things like that are just like, what
Off
is
the
he
wall.
doing?
like out of pocket.
Yeah,
Off the wall. No, that's something
like
that
he
I
could
would say
he
if
would have
I-
been way better off just not speaking at all right there.
right.
Like, why did you?
If
say
I went
that?
up to Anthony Fauci, now that's something that I would say to Fauci back. Yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
this is
all
all your
your fault. You probably should have
Well-
checked those monkeys before you brought them here to test them. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. He's definitely to blame for that. Yeah. Joe Biden he's out there, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really think by July at the DNC they're gonna
gotta
try and
replace
replace him.
They have to. There's no way that they can run this guy.
No,
And they
I
know
forgot
it.
to pull it up. Kamala Harris. So there's an article the other day. Kamala
She's
Harris.
ready to run.
Yeah, it says that she's ready to run. See if you can open that up, Caleb. I forget.
There's
I think
just-
it was New York Times that wrote it. I could be wrong. It might be something else. Yeah, there you go. It just was there.
Yeah, it's right there. You're good. Go.
Was it this one? Ready to serve, yeah.
Yeah.
See?
They have to replace him, and they know it.
Yeah, they do.
That's-
They're going to replace him by July at the DNC. Kamala Harris will be president. She will have to pick a vice president. Who
See-
knows? Who knows who that will be? Probably. Here's my prediction: if that happens, Kamala Harris becomes president. She picks Gavin Newsom. That was like her right hand. Well, she was more right hand man for him when she was the
Right.
DA. She's gonna pick him. He'll be vice president until the end of this election cycle.
Yeah.
Probably by October. Well, when is the latest that someone can enter?
It's already passed.
Well, then it might not be possible. But I think
They have to. It's already
I think they're
passed.
going to introduce
pretty sure.
Michelle Obama, who will come out as trans and steal everyone's vote because it's going to be the biggest thing ever. It's
I
gonna
think
be-
that's what they're hoping. It's not going to work.
I don't know.
You have to
Michelle's
have.
been doing a lot of speeches lately.
I know, but you have to have. So there's a very planned out amount of time that you need to campaign. There's a possibility that you could campaign for too long, and there's a possibility that you can campaign
Which is what
for too short.
Bloomberg did.
Yes,
He campaigned too long and he spent way too much money.
way too
on it.
much money, and he lost his ass.
Yeah.
But there's a possibility of doing both those things. If you don't have enough time to campaign, you're not going to be able to win the votes that you need.
They don't need to campaign though,
I know.
especially if it's that scenario.
Yeah.
Michelle comes out as trans and boom, that's all you need.
What do you think the population percentage is that believes in trans? They already vote for the left anyways.
Right.
They already vote for the left. They're not going to win that vote. They won't.
I don't know.
I just think it's funny because you've been telling me about this for years that it was going to happen,
Yeah.
and then it's like in an article right here saying that's
I
going
told you that. I
He
told
told me this like
Years
They're
ago.
gonna-
years ago.
Yeah, they're going to
Like-
have to replace them.
Well, yeah, you were like, yeah. My theory or my prediction is that Kamala Harris will then become the president or something like that,
Yeah.
and that's like exactly
Yeah,
what
and
you
were
said
like,
word for word.
No.
I was like,
no.
I don't know if Kamala Harris would go for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Dude,
she's a
I don't
stand
even
for-
know if
I don't
Biden
think
is
she-
going to make it until election.
I don't think so. He's declining rapidly, and whenever they do those press conferences with Karine Jean-Pierre, she always gets questioned about his.
Oh, that chick drives me crazy.
She gets questioned all the time. She just flat out says, "We're not going to get into this today." Of course, you're not.
I also think it's funny that Kamala is making comments about Joe Biden. Like it
Yeah.
says it right there
Yeah,
that
it does. It says right
Harris made the remarks as concerns about President Biden's age has emerged as an issue in 2024 race.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Like she even is talking about that type of stuff.
I hope that they try and replace him with Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris will get her ass handed to her in an election.
She already has.
Yeah, she like the way she it wouldn't work. It
No.
wouldn't be very good. But no, it's at this point in time, the time to have the people on the ballot has already passed. It's already passed.
Okay.
Because
Well,
we've already had primary elections come.
that's true.
Because Trump has already won some primaries.
I mean, they don't hold these elections the way they're supposed to be held anyway.
No, they
so
don't.
Nothing would surprise me.
But I think
I'm going to
that they
stand
will.
on my prediction.
I do too. They will have to replace him.
I'm standing on my prediction about Michelle too.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that she's probably gonna win.
Michelle,
Oh, and
Or
I'm
Kamala.
actually thinking Kamala. I think Kamala's gonna
if she
win.
runs,
If she runs, I think she's gonna win.
I wonder how that works. So let's say in an election year, something happens to the president. I don't care who it is. It could be anybody. Something happens to the president. Obviously they have to go down the chain, right? So
Yeah.
then the vice president becomes president. Speaker of House becomes vice president, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, so
After
that she wouldn't pick a vice president. It would then be Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
That would be weird.
That would
Yeah.
be weird.
Now, the thing that could happen is you could.
So then, so as of right now, Joe Biden is running for president.
Right.
If he's, let's say whatever, they have to retire him because he's too old or whatever. Then does that automatically enter Kamala as
She becomes
she's
president.
running for? She becomes president, of course.
Yeah.
But for the
Oh, when
it's an
she's
election
running.
year.
Yeah, they're
Does
already
she
on the
automatically be? Yeah. So
They're
she's
already
just
on the
on the
ballot,
ballot
yeah.
as president at that
Yeah,
point.
it would be.
Yeah, how
Or
would
does she have to enter?
No,
running.
it would be that because she's already on the ballot.
well would
There's
she?
no way to. You can't. All of the ballots are already printed. They're already all
That's
printed
true.
because
That is
they've already
true.
sent out the early ballots. They've already sent out.
Yeah, but they're printed as Joe Biden, not.
Right, but because if let's say hypothetically, if Joe Biden decided to kick the bucket
Or back out, whatever,
back
whatever
out,
it may
or-
be. Yeah,
or wander around for too long and whatever. But
yeah,
hypothetically, if that was all that was to happen or something happened, she is already on the ballot.
yeah.
She would then become the president if she was
Right,
running
yeah.
for office.
But I'm
And-
wondering about the election part of it.
Yeah, she would be the president on the ballot.
But the ballots are printed with Joe Biden on it,
Correct.
which would be incorrect.
Yeah, but
That would make the election null and void.
Oh yeah.
That's
don't
the way I
know.
see it
That's
anyway.
weird. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Is null and void. Redo it. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm
That's
curious.
interesting. That's interesting. So, with what you're saying though, hypothetically, if that was to happen, and Kamala Harris did become, you're okay, and Kamala Harris
know what
did
happened.
become president, he just turned and it pulled the cord.
Oh,
Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the House.
yeah,
If the Republican Party takes over the Senate and the House, they would instantly impeach her. They
Yep.
would,
yep.
and they would remove her out of office, and then Mike Johnson would become president.
But on what grounds would they have to impeach her?
Yeah, you can't really. I feel like you would have to have like a reason behind it.
That's yeah.
I
Like-
mean, it's pretty. Yeah,
You can't just be like, nah, I hate this person.
You'd have to have a reason, but it's gonna be.
I mean, it's pretty-
Kamala
it's
Harris
pretty
is gonna
easy to-
screw something up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to make up stuff anyway, or
Yeah.
even just
they're-
like
I
They're
mean,
already
they tried
doing it
that
to
with Trump,
Trump.
didn't they?
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, Trump got
See-
impeached over a phone call. Was
That's where you get into the slippery
Like-
slopes. Then you're like, well, they've spent the last 6 years fabricating things for Trump. Why don't we do the same?
Right. Well,
I-
this is the thing that happens is they actually set up a really dangerous precedent
Yep.
with
Mhm.
Trump's impeachments and with his current
Yeah.
indictments. They set up a
There was
seriously dangerous
A chain of
precedent.
impeachments.
Well, yeah, it
Yeah.
is crazy because you would like see before, like when a president would get impeached, it's like whoa,
Whoa.
a president's
supposed
got
to be a big
president
deal.
got impeached, like he's gone, he's kicked out basically, and now it's like, oh, Trump got impeached. Why'd he get impeached?
I don't know.
He did this phone call. We didn't really like
They didn't
it.
really like it.
I
And then you're
I
like,
looked
"Are you
into why.
serious?"
Yeah, I looked into why he got impeached, and it was over the phone call. And then I was like digging in more. I'm like, well, why?
You know how much
why
those
can't he
impeachments
make-
costed?
Yeah,
30 mil.
why can't he make? Why couldn't he make that phone call in the first place? It just seemed like people were just like, nah, I didn't like it. It was sketchy. You can impeach someone over that?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Like I feel
And
like
that-
that's pretty bad.
And that's the crazy part where it set a dangerous precedent. So anybody that's on the opposite side of that, they should have to worry about that because they could face the same type of scrutiny that
Exactly.
Trump did. So it's like, oh yeah, no, we just don't like you.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna impeach you.
I mean, that's why the Republicans are doing this whole impeachment inquiry thing, so that they're not overtly like, "Oh, you impeached my president, so I'm gonna impeach yours."
Right.
That's what could easily happen.
It could
with
easily happen.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it honestly hasn't. I mean, or Biden should have been impeached 1,000 times over at this point, but
Yeah,
But for
actually
legitimate
did it-
reasons.
Yeah,
I
for
think it's so
legitimate reasons.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like when I think of it
Crazy.
like an impeachment, I think of like Watergate. I don't
Right.
think of a phone call.
yeah.
Like it's
He said, "Grab him by the pussy. I want him out of there."
yeah, I want him out of there. It's like, wow, okay. When I think of one, I think of Watergate. That's like
Right.
so.
Well, and like if you, and for me, if you were to say, okay, I don't like Trump's ban on bump stocks, right? To me, that's a violation of the Second Amendment,
Right. It's dead in
right?
the water. Anyway.
So right there, if you're signing that legislation as a president, I'm sorry, that's an impeachable offense because you're already going against the Constitution.
hmm
You're going against the Bill of Rights.
But they didn't care about that.
they didn't care about
They could
that
have impeached him for it if it,
because they don't give a fuck about
They
people's rights.
exactly.
So the way that the
They only
things
care
that they
about their
impeached-
agenda.
Right. The things that they impeached him on were things that didn't actually matter on anything.
Right.
It just hurt their feelings.
Everything's about feelings with these people. Yeah. So Kamala's out here saying she's ready. She's ready to serve. They're definitely making it look like that could happen.
Yeah, why else push that? Why put that in the mainstream?
To tell you that's
They're-
what's
they're
going to
showing
happen.
they're
It'll
showing you
happen in
what's
the
gonna
next few
happen.
months. They're going to say, okay. You were right the whole time. Joe Biden is not doing so well mentally. We're going to have to retire him.
Yeah.
You were right. We're sorry. Actually, they're not even going to say we're sorry. They're not even going to say you were right. They're just going to say, Joe Biden is not, he's doing pretty bad. We're going to have to get him out of here.
Right.
Not really that. They're not going to do that.
If it's Kamala that takes over the reins and runs, I do not believe that she would win. She had 1%
Nah.
during the primaries.
Yeah, she had to back out anyway.
She was the lowest the lowest person in the primaries for the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
No, not even the Democrats were like, they're like, no, we don't want that.
Yeah, she didn't even stand a snowball's chance.
I thought it was really weird his choice. Anyway, like it was. I could be wrong on this.
It
but
was
I
gonna
heard-
be. It was gonna be Gretchen Whitmer.
Yeah, but he then promised before that it was going to
It
be,
was gonna
a,
be
woman
a
of
woman
color.
Yeah.
He just went out and said that.
The weird thing is she has color, right?
Mhm.
But she's not the color that people are trying, like that she's trying to claim. Or
She's
but
mostly
yeah,
Indian.
She's Indian.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
the crazy thing is, wasn't Kamala a cop?
Yeah.
Like, didn't she arrest a
She
lot
was
of
a
people?
DA.
She's
Yeah, didn't she
she was
arrest like
attorney,
get a lot of people arrested over like
a lot of people
like
of
drug
color.
charges,
dumb
yeah.
dumb marijuana charges.
She's the one that helped. What was that, the crime bill?
Yeah.
It,
The
and
1994
it was a
crime
mass
bill.
mass
Joe
incarceration
Biden's
of black people.
It was Joe Biden's bill.
Yeah,
actually.
over like really petty stuff, and they were put in there for like a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, oh, this happened at a time when I remember thinking about it, I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot of like anti-cop stuff going on right now. And then Joe Biden's like, you know how I'm gonna make my vice president? A cop who incarcerated a bunch of people
Bring
over
in a
really
cop.
stupid, a bunch of stupid stuff, and the people are like, yeah, and then like it's like, what guys?
That's
What's
the,
going
that's
on?
the crazy thing is you had people vote for Biden, and there's videos of Biden actually saying the N word,
Yeah,
Right.
and they voted for him. And then they turn around and they would call Trump racist, and you're like, no, like this guy is, like he is actually racist.
yeah,
Like Senator Byrd was his mentor.
yeah. It kind of feels like it's like the like grandpa thing, like, oh, he's just old. That's just how they were.
Just the old grandpa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
That-
just how they talk.
yeah, that's just how they were back
He just
then.
doesn't want his children to grow up in these jungles.
Yeah. He did say that too.
What fucking.
All right, we're gonna have to kind of breeze through the rest of these because I got hockey at 6:30.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go smash people around?
Yeah, maybe.
Should I go join your hockey league?
You should.
And just go. Wow. I'll be like the enforcer.
Yeah.
Just mess people up, check them into the board.
Yeah. I mean, it's a no check league, but yeah.
Oh, that ain't no fun.
Right. So this one here we have Edward Snowden reveals HARP global assassination agenda. So this is the one I was looking for earlier, but it didn't have anything to do with the chemicals like we talked about. But I mean, it kind of ties into it. The people who run the world want to kill as many of us as possible.
No, 100%.
And this is suggesting that HARP causes. We've talked about it before. They manipulate the weather. They cause earthquakes. They hurricanes. All that all that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that HARP can
Yeah,
do.
this actually talks about earthquakes too.
China also actually, China has a thing that's identical to HARP, and so does Russia. Nobody talks about those either.
And here they talk about climate lockdowns. This will happen.
Yeah.
It could even happen this year. Like if things start getting out of hand with like the election and stuff, they'll lock everything down,
Oh,
just like they did with
Order ab
COVID. But they don't
chaos,
have
yeah.
COVID this time.
it says ordo ab chaos.
Huh?
Order out of chaos. Latin.
Oh,
If you could go up.
let's see what this. Oh, apparently Tucker Carlson, while he was in Russia, interviewed Snowden. I don't know if that's a rumor or legit.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, we might have to see if we can get hold of
I
that
actually
too.
don't think Snowden is in Russia. I actually think Snowden didn't actually leave Hong Kong like they said he did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he stayed in Hong Kong. Just my opinion, my thoughts.
Heart attacks. Well, it uses frequencies, so I mean that would make sense.
Mhm. Yeah, frequencies can affect you. We've talked about frequencies before.
Yeah.
And
Here's one. Controlled offensive behavior is defined within the scope of his report.
Mhm.
That's the Soviet experiment.
Yeah, frequencies are a big deal. They
Yeah.
can play a part in your mind.
Well, I don't know if I had that video up or not. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but
cool.
I've got more stuff on HARP too. But yeah, so Snowden, he's talking about HARP and some of his knowledge about that, and people don't listen,
Right. Yeah, I mean, people are being warned about AI. I mean, Elon
Yeah.
Musk was talking about AI for a long time and warning people about AI. Nobody.
Yeah,
has
and those movie writers and stuff went on strike last year over AI.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, you could easily write a script with AI.
right. Yeah, speaking
Actually,
of
this whole podcast is AI.
right.
Just
We're
kidding.
all AI.
Just all AI. I'm not real. You don't know me.
Speaking of HARP, you remember the earthquake in Turkey last year? It was around this time.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly a U.S. warship equipped with HARP was in the area.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. I think there's a video of it.
The USS Mitzi.
Nitsy.
Nitzy. $7.8.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I actually
See-
remember when that happened that they were blaming it on the U.S. and it became a nothing burger a few weeks later.
Yeah, but
nobody
see,
was
it's
talking
like
about it.
they just brush it off.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were a leader of another country, you would probably understand that what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we
Yep.
have that technology too. Stop fucking using that on us.
Right.
We know what you're doing. But then the mainstream media just be like, oh, you're just a bunch of conspiracy
Yeah.
theories.
It's conspiracy.
That's just other countries' propaganda. I mean, like, no, there's actually some fact to it. And you're like, oh,
yeah.
it's like the whole Putin thing when he was talking about the Nazis in Ukraine. The mainstream media was like, oh, this is all propaganda.
Right.
You're like, oh well, no, it's actually legit. There's some truth in that.
That's the way it always goes though. And then nothing happens. But nobody talks about it a few days later. That's it.
Right. I said a bad word on YouTube. Oh.
Which one?
no. The N word.
The N-word.
Not that one. The other
Oh.
one. The Nazi one.
The Nazi one.
Because they just want you to forget history, just so they
Right.
can manipulate your mind, so they can repeat it.
Yeah, that's the way it goes though.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, nobody's talking about it a few weeks later, and on with the next thing.
Yeah. It's There's nobody should be throwing anybody in oven type things like the Nazis and
Right. Yeah, like
or-
this one. Apparently, this woman mistaken the oven for her child's crib and put the baby in the oven for a nap.
Common mistake.
Yeah,
yeah. It's
skill
a
issue.
skill issue. It's a common mistake. It's just
A little bit of the
That's
slip
sad,
up.
dude. Really.
yeah. It's I don't know how you make that
Yeah,
mistake.
that's not
with it.
mistaken.
I don't think that was a mistake.
No.
There's no way.
Yeah, even here, not buying it.
You just be like, oh, here's your crib, honey. Good night.
1 month old.
It was actually a propane
Yeah, there.
propane
Yeah.
oven.
On
First,
two.
first degree.
On two.
It was on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on,
That's
yeah.
that's like, even if it's electric, you have to fucking turn it on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you preheated that bitch and put the baby in there.
Yeah. Like you're telling me when you didn't open the oven door and all the heat
All
came
that
out
heat
of
came
it.
out, hit you in the face.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
you're just like, oh
something ain't
man,
right
this
here.
crib's kind of toasty in here. That would be a nice spot to put a baby.
Yeah. There's no mistake. There's no mistake in that.
No.
So
There's no mistake. in
either
that.
on something or
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
it
Or
she
that
knew.
was just flat out.
It's I don't know how old the child is. It's possible.
1 month.
Oh,
1
it's,
month,
That's possible for an extreme case of postpartum depression.
maybe.
Yeah.
First degree endangering the welfare of a child and death of her baby.
This is yeah. So it's first degree. That sounds like it's something planned. Yeah, I would like
That's
to see
sad,
like
dude.
the questions video of some like the
Yeah. so they're like,
detective
what led
questioning somebody like
Yeah.
like what led you to do this? It's just a mistake. I don't know. There's no way that that's what came out. The detective would be like,
Oh yeah, we can talk about that too.
this was not a mistake.
Not a mistake at all.
Now you need to be honest and tell me what's going on. Yeah, that's just interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was this?
This one, it's another airplane thing. I don't know what the deal is with airplanes lately, but a door blew off an airplane in Buffalo. Another door blowing off. I'm assuming this is probably one of those Delta 9s again.
Oh yeah. Police are searching for the door.
Oh, good. Oh, I guess that won't play if I scroll. Huh. Another one
Yeah.
though. I mean, what's the deal with this though?
That looks like AI.
That's, yeah,
art.
that's probably AI. I don't. It's like every week we have something with an airplane.
Well, I've bought my kids toys before. They're made in a certain area of the country, and they fall apart pretty fucking fast. There's a lot of stuff that's made in China,
There is.
including planes.
Are Boeings made there?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I
thought they were-
don't think they are. I think
they're
I
made
think,
in Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I mean, that's-
Boeing.
I think so.
I
Yeah,
thought they're mostly in Florida.
could be.
Oh,
I don't
could be.
know honestly.
There was a Boeing area there when I was in Florida.
Oh.
So.
Well, I know.
Well, speaking of Florida and plane crashes, here's one.
I know that's one.
This
That's
Yeah,
is
one.
the one we
one.
talked about last week.
Yeah, that's one
But-
thing that Trump changed though is a lot of the metals, the steels and alloys and stuff we were importing from China, and
Oh.
that's when our steel production went up under Trump
Mm-hmm.
is because he was trying to use more of domestic steel than steel that's imported because
Oh,
they
yeah.
mix all kinds of alloys in their steel and it's weaker than what our steel is.
I read something a while back that there is not a single bit of steel on the surface of the planet that is not contaminated with nuclear material.
100%.
The only steel that exists that is not contaminated is underwater. And the very moment that you bring that steel out of the water, it is immediately contaminated.
Yeah.
Why is it contaminated with nuclear material?
It just has to do with our atmosphere and the way it reacts with steel.
Yeah.
I
there's so
don't
much-
know really, but yeah, that's what I read. Is that
I didn't know that. I mean, because steel is just iron with carbon in it.
right?
That's all that steel is, and
Yeah.
then it's based on the percentage that depicts the type of steel, and then there's also like impurities and stuff like
yeah.
that.
So,
So-
like everything that's steel is recycled.
Yeah.
The same with aluminum. Aluminum's man-made.
Mhm.
A lot of that comes from China. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of steel and aluminum, a lot of metals and materials like that come from China for a long time that Trump went away
Explainable.
from, and then we went back to it after Trump, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's why- I don't know if you remember a lot of the steel industry in the United States, like they just got a massive boost,
Mm.
and then after Trump left office, they went down again.
Okay. I
Like
didn't
even
know
the
that.
stocks, dude.
I know that I know with like buildings and stuff like that, they have a lot of tests on the steel that they're using, and
Yeah.
also like they have like X-rayers out there all the time, checking for like little
Mhm.
impurities. There's this thing called tungsten spit. It's where a little tiny like gram of tungsten gets from a welder into a weld.
Right.
You can never see
From a
it.
tungsten rod.
Yep, you can never see it,
Interesting.
and they pick it up.
Wow. Wow.
and that's a fail. If you weld with that, that's a fail, and you can. There's like it's almost non-visible.
Wow.
Wow.
So
I mean, it's
they're
still-
they're pretty strict. I know from like land buildings, they're pretty
Yeah.
strict on
Hmm.
the type of stuff about that. Especially because a disaster that happened. There was like a party or something. I forgot where it was at a little while ago, and like there was like such a big party that the floor like collapsed. And
Hmm.
I forgot this was like a big thing, but I couldn't remember
I
what
think
it's
I know what
called.
you're talking about. There's like they're talking about like corners were cut and
Yeah, that was the spark up of the like steel
Yeah.
industry. So I don't know what it is with the plane thing. I see like you
I don't
guys
either.
have been showing me a lot of plane stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like, wow.
it just keeps
It's
happening. Look,
weird.
this is the one we had last week in Florida, but this is actual of footage of the crash itself.
Dude, it looks like he was trying to land.
Oh, I'm sure he was. Yeah, that thing
Ooh, that was a big
exploded.
boom. See, I almost wonder if there was some type of engine failure because if you look at how he's coming in, and he kind of, you know how he like kicked sideways a little bit.
Yeah.
He was trying to slow down his airspeed,
Yeah,
which it looks like he was probably coming down fast.
almost.
So
likely.
he didn't have control of his at least one of his engines. He tried to kick. He tried to. I forget what it's called, but you kick the.
It's called a slip.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
slip. He tried kicking it sideways to cut down on airspeed, and then set it down, but it didn't.
I think that was also a so he wouldn't come down on top of a car.
That's true too. Yeah.
Because if he came down directly over, he wouldn't be able to see what's underneath him.
Right.
He was coming since he came from this way. He'd be able to see at least some of like the area that he's trying to like land in.
Good on him for not hitting a car.
A lot of these people probably
I
didn't
know,
even
right?
notice it
Until it was
I
right
mean-
in
until
front
it
of
was
him.
like right there.
I mean,
yeah.
if I'm
you're
just
not
driving,
looking up.
yeah, if I'm just driving, I'm not gonna expect a plane to like smash it, like
No.
land
I'm
right
always
on top
looking
of me.
everywhere though. So
Yeah,
I-
I'm also
I
looking
feel like
everywhere.
I'd probably notice it.
Same.
You never really know.
I
though.
am looking everywhere, but I bet there's like times where you're kind of
You
just
just
like
zone out,
zoning
yeah.
out.
Well, it's like when you're driving. You know you're driving, and you have this leaf that gets blown at you, and you're like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you ever been driving and then like realize that you're driving and you're like,
"Where the
damn,
fuck am I?"
yeah, how far did I go?
Like when was the last time
last
I actually
time
had a thought
Yeah.
that I was driving?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, whoa, I need to like wake up and pay attention to this stuff.
Right.
Like, I feel like a bad driver.
Was I
right now.
sleeping? I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's another good one for you. It's not a plane crash, but it has to do with a flight, and this was just a few days ago. This might be in here. I don't know if I can start this over. Oh, February 12th. Okay. I
I
have to
mean,
start that from the beginning.
Maybe some guy was just cooking it on a plane.
Right.
Dang.
Oh goodness.
okay, that's where.
That's
Damn.
crazy. He said it went from coast to coast in like a blink of an eye. I don't know
Yeah,
what he
it's-
means by coast to coast, but
I'm not sure either, but we have technology out there that'll do it. That just they're not gonna release it till they're ready. But I fully believe in aliens, but I think they're different than what people think that they are.
I think so too. I think they're interdimensional beings.
Mm-hmm.
They can just come and go so we have a few things on UFOs coming up here.
Yeah,
But
so
I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more stuff like this.
one of the
There's gonna be a lot more UFO sightings or what have you. I do believe them in as well, but I don't really know what to think about them honestly.
well, there's a couple different things. So there's these alien crafts, these UFOs. Do you remember them talking? There was a few years ago, the thing came out about the Aurora TR-3B,
Yeah,
and it had a Mercury powered engine.
yeah,
What a Mercury engine is you take liquid mercury.
yep.
If
And
you
you run electricity through it, and it spins.
Well, that's only one. That's only one way. You have to have them spinning, one spinning one way and then one spinning the opposite way.
Okay.
And what happens is it creates its own electromagnetic field, and that's what creates the levitation. And it can actually bend what we call like the fabric of time basically around it. It can bend everything around that because it has its own electromagnetic field. It's its own thing.
Okay.
And even like when that ship takes off, you don't feel the gravity because it has its own gravity within inside that electromagnetic field.
Hmm.
It's really weird.
That's super weird. Speaking of super weird, UFO shot down nuclear weapon with lasers, and U.S. military has footage to prove it. This is coming from some sort of whistleblower.
Was
So
back
there's
in
there's
1964?
video, from 1964. Terrifying video showing a UFO intercepting and disabling nuclear missile with laser beams.
See, so
Air Force whistleblower.
somebody during the Cold War actually shot off a missile,
And then was like it was
and
a
the UFO said nope.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the video?
So
That's kinda
right. Yeah, where's the
let-
video? Let's
I'll
get
see
it.
the
I wanna
video.
this.
According to retired U.S. Air Force officers, the disc-shaped object circled an unarmed dummy warhead.
Oh, okay.
Okay, during a routine test after detached from an Atlas missile booster in 1964.
Interesting. The Atlas, that'd be one of ours.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They claim that two plainclothes CIA agents confiscated the clip and ordered them to remain silent.
They weren't plain clothes. They were in black suits.
Right, right.
And they had a little
plainclothes.
flashy red light.
They did.
Like Men in Black.
Yeah.
You did not see us.
According to some UFO experts, there is a pattern where UFOs seem to interfere with nuclear weapons. I've heard that before. They do.
They go to every single nuclear site.
Yeah. Are they? So this is what I've heard that people tend to think. The nuclear energy draws them here, and they are waiting for us to be able to harness the power of the sun. And once we are able to do something like that, that is when they'll reveal themselves to us.
Do you think so?
That's what I've heard people. That's what I've heard. The theory that a lot of people have is that that's why they come to places where there's a concentration of nuclear energy. They're coming to check and see if we can, either we can draw power from our own sun or create the power of the sun
Right.
in our domain,
Or
And
do
if
they
we-
just not want us to use it?
or they don't want us to use it.
Because they've shut down some power plants before.
Some people
There's been
believe that
reported that
the
they've
3 Mile
shut it
Island
down.
failure was brought on by alien technology.
Yeah, I think that they don't want that technology, and we were talking about this earlier off stream, where I think that they want to see more peace, and they don't want people to destroy themselves with nuclear weapons.
Right. Maybe in their where they come from,
Is
that's what
why,
happened to them.
yeah.
Could be.
Or
Another
are
thing,
they from us, or are they us from the future, and they actually understand that Earth was destroyed by nuclear
Right.
weapons, so they're trying to they're trying to stop it from happening.
I know a lot of
There's so many.
yeah. I know a lot of people like they try to imagine what an alien would look like. Could you imagine if you did discover an alien, if it was human? Would that be weirder than actually like finding another species?
I think there's multiple species of aliens, you would call them, and I think some of them live amongst us that you would never even know.
Yes, that's what they say about like
So Men in Black.
yeah, Men in Black, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Men in Black.
Men in
yeah.
Black.
Except for they don't have exploding heads that can regrow.
Right.
Well, maybe they do. I guess I don't know. I'm only a human, or am I?
Right. Or am I? Here's here's a recent one.
I am only a human, but
Here's a recent one. This is Charlotte, North Carolina, February 13th. Look at this.
oh yeah, that's sweet.
Classic. Get your fingers in the camera.
All right.
Of course,
Yes,
the trees.
It's
and-
gorgeous.
it
It's so gorgeous. That's what she said, I think.
makes noise. All I can hear is the pump from his pool. Moving so slow. That's weird.
It's making a making a humming noise. Can you hear that?
Kinda.
Barely.
That's weird.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a guess and say that one. Who knows?
I don't
Oh wait, what's
know
the-
if I buy the whole like why is it when we do see aliens it just perfectly depicts what we thought of in Hollywood.
That's
Right.
very
Like
true.
why is it when I see stuff it's like the flying saucer with lights coming
Right.
out of it? Like you're telling me Hollywood just like had that great of a guess? Like that's what it was? I don't know.
One of the comments
I'm
says
not
it
like
was
a
a
super
drone.
big
Yeah.
yeah, maybe.
It could have been a couple
It could have been a
drones.
drone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a drone show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it'd be really, really simple to fake a UFO sighting. Like
Yeah,
that.
it would.
Now this is.
But yeah, here we
can't
go. So this one is
Maybe.
definitely a
I don't
lot
know.
less explainable. I don't know if I can make this bigger or not.
It appears not. But
Well, the underlying thing
man.
here is the missing Malaysia Airlines was mysteriously surrounded by some sort of orb. I don't even know what you want to describe it. You can see there's one. It circles around the plane itself. Now there's two of them. Now there's three, and they're just like spiraling around the airplane. This was just before it vanished.
yeah,
I think it's crazy that there's
I think
video.
it actually vanishes on film.
it does vanish on film.
I think it's even crazier. I did not know that there was video footage of Flight 370. Like in a
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
and I
so
don't
this is
like-
recorded. This says it over here on the side. It's recorded by CIA equipment.
right, and I don't know where.
like
it was
I thought it was
recorded.
so like from what I saw, it's like way out in
Right.
the
Out in
the
the
ocean.
ocean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like over it's still like way out. Like the closest spot is Australia where they think that it crashed at. Like that's crazy far out. I can't
Yeah.
even think of like where you would even like who's even out there recording stuff like that.
See, now here's the thing. To your point, who's even out there? So it says South China Sea, 40 minutes after takeoff. So out in South China Sea, I almost guarantee that this is probably satellite footage, because off of satellites we would be paying attention over that area because of China.
Yeah. Yeah, this was taken with military equipment.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just never heard about the.
that's interesting.
I never heard about. This is probably because this might be
Okay.
newer stuff, but
Oh yeah, that's when it vanished.
I looked at a lot of stuff with 370, and I didn't see any video footage.
Yeah, it's
I've never. Yeah, I've just not because I knew that it was just so far out in the ocean. I could have never
Right.
expected somebody was even just looking over there.
yeah, it's really.
What do you
weird.
think about these weird orbs?
Mm,
And they're just like orbiting around the airplane,
And then the plane vanished.
and then the plane just like vanishes. You'll see it in one of these little clips here. They're just
That is-
circling around it, and it has a different. They have a different heat signature to the plane too
yeah.
in that thermal image.
Right, and it's so hard to tell like if these videos are even
Like
actually
actually
real.
Flight 370.
Right? Yeah.
and of 370,
yeah,
but
that's
or
the hard
even-
part
it's
is
really
that-
freaking
Or
interesting.
even, yeah, I mean it is a cool video. I'm not sure I'm buying it.
See, that's a satellite view right there. Because that plane just dipped down. You're looking at water.
Here's where I think it right about where it vanishes.
That's right. Levels out.
It's like right here somewhere.
Right. There. Nope.
From the archive of the CIA.
Here it goes.
Mm.
See, and when it vanishes, it looks so weird. Like it's like
That's another thing too. It vanishes. They have pieces of 370 that are proven to be of.
Oh, do they
370.
really?
They do.
They actually found parts.
They do have parts. There was some that got in Madagascar, and they are proven pictures of Flight 370.
Huh.
Like parts of the wing. There's like I think there's like 30 different like parts that they have, and like 9 of which are confirmed. Like legit, there's no way that it could be on any other plane, and
That's
it's
really
of Flight 370.
yeah,
Okay.
that's interesting. So what, we got one more?
Yeah, we got one more.
One more, and then you gotta go to hockey.
Yeah, I gotta take off in about 30, 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it is with Instagram,
Yeah.
but whenever I'm scrolling Instagram, I get a lot of two different things. One of them being gory, like
Like axe on the
ultra
head?
goal, yeah, like
Okay.
the axe in the
Yeah.
head. That's not where I found that. I found that on Twitter, but
Similar. Okay.
Instagram has been, I don't know, like they did like a policy change not too long ago, and ever since then, like there's a lot more censored. Like you'll get the censored content where it'll say, "Oh, this is," you know,
Oh,
like-
okay. Yeah.
like they'll warn you beforehand, kind of thing, and you can either click it to continue watching or not, and you're rolling the dice. It's either gonna be you're gonna watch someone die, or it's gonna be like a kitten or something. It'll have the content warning on like the weirdest shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like on stuff that is like, why did that have a content warning?
Yeah, I've
And
seen
then other
that.
times it'll be you watch
That's
someone
really
die
weird.
in a horrific accident.
They
Wow.
also have like, they have Instagram fact checkers. They're like
Yeah.
people that go on there, and sometimes there'll be videos, and it is like a meme, and it's like fact checkers see this is wrong, and it's like about
Yeah.
nothing. It's like wow, you really busted
About
the
like how
case on.
Facebook was.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
really busted the case on that one.
Yeah.
Good job, Sherlock.
So I've been getting a bunch of that, and I've also been getting a lot of new angles from 9/11,
Yeah.
like shit I've never seen before. And this is one.
Yeah,
of
this
them.
is interesting. You put it on full screen? No.
No, I don't. For
Dang.
some reason, we can't do that on Instagram anymore.
Oh, bitch.
But look at this. This is from above the plane,
That almost
and
looks
then
like
it gets
it's
really
some,
shaky, of course. And then there's this. I don't know about all this zooming in business.
Yeah, it's,
I don't know if
I
that's
don't know.
legit.
I don't know. That's weird.
But the angle is this is interesting, and then that's a black plane. I've seen people talk about the black plane before.
But I get why 9/11 happened now. It's because there was a female driving that plane. Yeah.
But I
Why
get,
is the plane black?
I've seen
I don't
videos.
know.
There's one from a bridge. That was one of the most
Completely
common
black.
ones from the bridge, and you see the plane strike it, and from that angle, the plane appears to be black,
Hmm.
and not like it's under a shadow. It's like the plane itself, like just like this, the plane itself is black.
I just think it's weird that it's like fully painted black.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've told, and
We might have to do a whole thing about 9/11 one of these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, because
and I've told you that
I
story
can't think of a
before.
commercial. Oh, sorry, but I can't
Oh,
think
you're
of a
good.
commercial aircraft that is painted black. I think
There
they
isn't one.
actively
No, there isn't.
stray away from the.
Mhm.
They do.
from
They
black
most of
paint.
them are
Military
most
plane.
of them are white. Yeah,
I do have that.
but I mean, look at the front of this thing. It looks like an SR-71.
That's exactly what I thought when I saw. I'm like, are you gonna show me a video of an SR-71 Blackbird? Or?
Yeah, SR-71 hitting
Yeah.
the Twin Towers.
Um,
I don't know. I see a lot of new angles from 9/11.
That's interesting.
It's pretty crazy.
I wonder how they got this video out though,
I don't know.
because it looks like it's
What
from the
does
set.
Messi have to do with anything?
Yeah, that's weird.
Ronaldo.
It's
Messi's
just to
on
get
here.
views. Same thing
It
as Israel
looks-
and Palestine.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Travis
just
Scott.
hashtagging whatever.
Travis Scott.
It looks like that video is taken from the other tower.
Yeah, it does. And last week we had the clip from inside of Building 7.
Yeah.
You remember that? Every time I'm on Instagram, I see something new about 9/11 that I've never seen before.
I think a lot of that stuff is going to come out too. That's going
I
to be
think
part of
so,
this
yeah.
election. But yeah, that plane was black. I've told that story on the podcast before, but I have seen, with my ex-wife's dad.
yeah.
We were living with, her dad and her mom at the time, and both me and him seen a black plane fly overhead, and as it flew overhead, it was completely silent, and the power went doo doo doo.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember you talking
and it
about
went
that
out
before.
as the plane was flying overhead.
That's the craziest shit I've ever heard.
And when I went and talked to him about it, like, and he's not a conspiracy theorist like me. Like, he doesn't believe any of that shit. Like we used to have arguments about that stuff.
Right.
Okay. When I went to talk to him, I'm like, what the hell is that? He was like, I don't understand what just happened. Because he looked out the window at the exact same time
Right.
from downstairs, and I looked out from upstairs. It was weird.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But
dude.
yeah, the power outage didn't last for long. It was just like I watched the power go out house to house as the plane was flying overhead, and it was low.
That's
and it was quiet.
that's bizarre.
It was just
dude.
like, oh yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. They have weird planes out there that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've definitely heard about the black plane. I've seen the videos and stuff, but I've never seen that one.
Right.
It's probably not legit either. I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially with
I don't
that
know what
zoom
is.
in part.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Makes sense though.
It does.
A woman driving a plane. She's like, where do I park this? I don't know where to park it. That's so messed up.
Fucking.
Oh,
In other news, Joe Biden actually visited East Palestine the other day.
oh, nice.
where the-
That's good.
The train derailment.
Yeah.
It's not shown here, but he was met with a lot of people saying, "Let's go, Brandon."
Oh, I bet.
That's
I bet. I
not
hope
shown
Brandon
here, though.
Herrera wins his election. Oh, is that they weren't talking about Brandon Herrera? Oh,
right. No.
hey, your ball fell out.
That's fine. That's actually not fine.
You lost your ball,
Lost a ball. What else do we have?
and it was blue.
There was that. There's the house explosion. Oh yeah, these tool bags. The Blood Tribe. They went to what's wrong with these people? This is a psyop. These people are not even real. They went to Nashville yesterday
In a U-Haul.
in a U-Haul. Yeah.
In a U-Haul truck. Imagine like
Why couldn't this
driving on
U-Haul
the
just, like,
highway and
fall
then
into
yeah.
a lake?
Imagine driving on the highway and then just seeing a U-Haul And you're like,
Full
oh,
of
okay.
these
And then
people?
and then you find out later that it was just full of like neo-Nazi members. Like, what a random place for a bunch of Nazi members to be in.
Okay, so
This
here's
is weird.
something for you. I don't know if you remember, but last year, I don't even know what time of year it was. There was a U-Haul truck that crashed into the front gate of the White House, and it was
Oh, yeah.
completely empty, except for one Nazi flag. Did we talk about it on the podcast?
Oh, I don't
Mm.
think so, but I remember that.
And now we have a bunch of Nazis in a
That's
U-Haul truck.
interesting. I'm pretty sure that U-Haul is just a Nazi group.
Honestly, getting together? No.
No, but no, that is true though. That did happen.
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
There was a U-Haul that
There you
crashed.
go.
Oh yeah.
We talked about this guy right here.
Yep.
I think at one point we had it on stream, but this guy, there's a dude in this group that looks identical to this guy.
Yep.
I don't have that picture
Don't know
anymore.
if it's the
but
same guy, but he looked.
It's
pretty
he
damn
looked
close.
he looked identical.
Yeah.
I
But-
wish I had that picture still.
But that's why that picture is posted right here, because it is probably the same.
Yeah, these
guy,
guys
more than
glow
likely.
like the sun. These are all CIA assets. Every last one of these people.
Mhm.
If they're not agents themselves, they're informants. Just like the
Occasionally you'll run into somebody that gets bought into it that
they
believes
they
like
believe,
this,
and then they fall into
they're like
it.
they do.
Who's that dude in the corner without a mask? Kind
Right.
of looks like a wrestler. Like,
This guy right here.
no. This guy, he's coming up. That guy, the one
That's
that's
the
yelling.
head dude.
This guy. This is the
that
head guy. I
is-
can't think of his name, but yeah,
That is
he's the head guy. We talked about him before. I can't think of his name.
that's the one dude that no, it's dang it, what is his name?
He was like, "Oh, I vote for Joe Biden because he sends nukes to Ukraine or some stupid shit like that."
He's yeah.
He's just a weird little goofball.
There was another post that I guess now it doesn't want to show it, even though it did a few minutes ago.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was this one. Here they are in. But these people are just
Wow.
like the Proud Boys, just like the other one, the Patriot
They're-
Front.
Yeah,
They're
all
they're
paid
all
actors.
they're all feds. They're paid actors.
Yeah. The Proud Boys did a really good job at making people think that they were on the right side
Yeah,
for the American
Yeah.
people, and they weren't. They
No.
were there to stir up conflict.
just like this is. This is just trying to get people going. You shit in the street.
Yeah, this is.
This is exactly why they're here. They're trying to get people stirred up, start stuff.
They kind of look like Antifa.
They are.
Yep.
They're the same
it's the
people.
Same people.
They look exactly like Antifa,
Yep.
but all men.
Yes. Yeah, right. Yeah.
and
that's exactly
so,
what that
and
is,
no
bro.
screaming women.
It is. It's the same. It's the same people. They're
It's
all
a
paid
joke.
actors, dude.
Yep.
That's the Nazis did the same thing in Germany.
Yep.
They paid anti-fascist action. They paid them.
Yep.
To go against the Nazi party to install the Nazi party into place. It's all the same.
Oh, yeah, here's another one for
That's
you.
why it's all funded by George Soros now.
Yep. Declaration of Independence is inside of this case.
Yep.
Dude, what is security doing? They're literally right there.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
What type of security is that?
What is this from? What group is it? What?
Who is
They're
that?
just some. They're just some like
Activist?
activists. Yeah, climate activists. For what?
I saw another person. I think it was the same group that poured that soup on that painting.
Oh yeah,
They did it on the Mona Lisa.
yeah. They did it a couple days ago, or
Yeah.
like a week ago or so.
That's
But I
alright.
mean,
The
it's
Mona
on a, it's
Lisa's in
on
a
a
case,
glass
though. It's
case.
just like-
yeah,
just
same
like
like the other one was.
It's not even
Yeah,
the
they're
real
in
Mona
cases.
Lisa, anyways.
Yeah.
No,
The Mona Lisa was stolen like forever ago. The real one.
Hmm.
They think that's the real one, but it's not.
Mm.
Did you ever hear that theory?
uh-uh.
Oh, the real Mona Lisa was stolen. That's just a copy.
See if there's anything else here. Going back a few days.
Who would have the Mona Lisa?
Well, there's a lot of stuff with when the Nazis were in place too that they took. Because Hitler was a really big collector into art.
Yeah, he liked art.
Yeah.
He loved his art. That's part
Apparently
of it.
he sucked at art.
I actually looked at his paintings. I'm not a Hitler fan, but they're not bad. I don't know how he failed
I
high
heard they were
school.
terrible.
I
but,
heard
mean,
that they
was
actually
pretty
weren't,
subjective.
Like, I actually like saw them. I mean, they're a lot better than what I could do, but I don't like Hitler.
Real painted like stick figures and stuff. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I heard he was like he was
pull
bad.
up some of his paintings right now. Look at them.
They're okay. I mean, if you
Here's one of my favorite people
If
ever.
you're just
Oh
paint-
yeah.
Hold on, here you go. I love that video.
it's called Justice.
It is. Why, Jerry? Why?
That's so
Well, like,
fun.
I
what
love
would you
that
do
video.
if you sold? Like, what would you do if you had the Mona Lisa? Like, you can't sell it.
You can't sell it. You
just have it.
yeah.
Like,
can't
you
sell
don't take it for
But
money or anything.
Here's the thing: is like the Nazi Party, and when they were in power, they collected a lot of
Yeah,
stuff like that.
they're
where,
big into collecting.
Where did it go?
Right.
Where did it go? All of that art that was the Nazis collected. Where did it go? It just like disappeared.
Here you go.
That's what's weird about it.
This is 5 hours ago. 2 police officers and 1 medic were killed while responding to a domestic house call in Burnsville, outside of Minneapolis.
Wow,
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Damn, they brought a Max Pro.
Nice.
Looks like an MRAP.
It is an MRAP.
It is an
That-
MRAP,
it is?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
the lighter.
Okay.
That's the lighter one, right?
No,
The
they're
faster
they're
one.
big. Yeah, they are fast though. Yeah.
I know, but there's
Yeah, weren't the MRAPs pretty slow?
that one looks
Those
like
things are-
the smaller version of the full size MRAP.
All
I'm
right.
not- I'm
Yeah,
not sure
it
though.
looks like an MRAP.
Type in Max Pro with 2 X's.
Okay, is it like all? Is it like an abbreviation for something?
No.
Oh, I didn't say that it. Oh, yeah, that's an MRAP.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
an
okay.
I didn't
MRAP.
know that that's what they were called. I
Yeah.
always just knew them as MRAPs.
I just don't remember the back of the normal MRAPs being slanted like that. I don't.
Yeah, this is the Max Pro. It's made by International.
Oh, okay.
We had a few of these in my unit.
Maybe that's the difference because you have the international and then what's the beast?
The one that you're thinking of is probably an RG32. Look, type that in, Caleb.
It's made by BCE. Is it BCE that makes
No,
it?
it's probably not this one.
Type in BCE MRAP. BCE. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, these things are enormous.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, these were used a lot in Iraq for quite a while. They had them in Afghanistan. They were usually used by route clearance
Oh, okay.
units, and they would have some of these. I've seen a few of these in Afghanistan, but they weren't super
Look at the
popular.
exhaust on that thing.
Yeah.
Goes like all the way up it. That's
No,
crazy.
this is the exhaust here.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
saying.
yeah.
Is that's a crazy exhaust.
This thing here, this antenna looking thing,
Yeah.
that is
Aw.
What?
Elizabeth is at the door with or at
She's at the window
Oh, I didn't
with
see
the
that.
puppy.
This is I forget the name of this, but it scrambles signals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that like
Like
a
cell phones,
cell phone
radios.
signals so that they can't be used to set off explosives.
Mm.
That
Uh,
makes sense.
Duke. It's a Duke is
Oh,
what it's
okay.
called.
kind of off topic. I heard that there was like radios so powerful on some of these that it would like give you an instant headache.
Yeah, those are satellite radio. The satellite antenna will give you an immediate antenna or a headache.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you
And
stand
it would
in
make
front of
some
them.
like some people like throw up and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
If you stand in front of them while somebody's transmitting, it will make you feel like hell.
Really?
Yeah.
And
And then
I've
like the
had to stand in
second you
front of
get
them.
away from it, it's like, oh, I'm good.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's crazy.
Puppy.
Hi, pick here. Let me see.
Puppy.
Come here. Oh my
Puppy. Oh, you gotta go back.
Ah, got it. Here's Orion. He's a puppy dog.
He's some
He's
type
a
of
puppy
dog.
dog.
He's a land shark.
Say hi. There you go. Puppy dog. Yeah, so that's yeah, those things are huge.
Yeah, that's what
These
that's
are
what I was thinking.
these are
of.
what we mostly use. This is
RGs.
no, this is a MATV.
Oh, okay.
It's made by Oshkosh. He's funny.
There's so many different versions of
There
those
is,
things.
yeah.
That's crazy. What's that turret on the top of it?
This
Yeah.
that's a Crow system. They're remotely controlled it from inside the vehicle.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, in the back seat there's like a joystick thing and a screen that's mounted so you can see.
Is there still a
Huh.
Modus on the Crow?
You can mount just
Or is
about
it-
any crew served up there.
Mark 19.
Yeah, Mark 19, M2. You could put a M249 up there or M240 Bravo if you wanted. Saw wouldn't be very effective, but a
M2
240 would be really nice. Most of the time we had M2s or a Mark 19 up there.
Yeah. Right.
We had two of them in our unit. One of them was in MATV like this, and then the other one was in the Max Pro.
Oh, nice.
One of those.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I was thinking that because I actually worked at the place that used to build some of the MRAP.
Yeah, there didn't Spartan Motors make.
Yep, that would be the place.
They made the RGs, I think.
When I was there, they were making the MRAPs.
Yeah,
Those-
the
that
MRAP
was
is
forever ago.
an MRAP is like the style of vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Then there's different companies that made them and different styles, but yeah, this like up armored huge ass vehicle is like that's the subgenre of
Oh, okay.
MRAP, which stands for mine resistant ambush protected.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So there's a shooting. Go figure.
Another shooting.
I'll just kind of browse through these real quick and probably call it. Farmer protest. I saw something that the EU conceded.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, that's what I heard.
Good.
I don't know how legit that is.
I don't know either.
Oh, there's that tool bag, Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham.
Russia's a terrorist threat. I mean, you're not exactly wrong, but
So is Ukraine. That's why we shouldn't
Yeah,
be funding them, though.
exactly, they both are. That none of that should be taking place, but neither here nor
That's right.
there, I guess.
It's the strangest thing when people are like, "Oh, Russia's a threat to our country."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
They
So
are.
is anybody that's not actually the United
but-
States is a threat to the United States.
The United States, yeah. But then they're like, "Oh, we should support Ukraine." You're like, "No, they're also a threat to our country."
Yeah. They just yeah. 500,000 Mexicans marched to protest democracy.
Hmm.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Yeah.
Look at them all; they're packed in there. What exactly are they protesting now? Massive outcry against the president. For democracy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, make Mexico better. Stay there. Make your
Yeah.
country better. You got this. I believe in you.
Trump's golden sneakers sold.
They
out
got
in
a big
seconds.
problem with the cartel working with
The
the government.
cartel.
though.
Yeah, same.
But it's an issue that's not. I don't know how they would.
That's
clean
a
it up.
very hard to fix problem.
That's a hard to fix.
Oh
problem.
my. I don't
It would
even-
be like kicking out the mafia,
Yeah.
There you go.
like a massive mafia.
Trans women's milk is as good as breast milk. No.
What?
No.
How do you?
Drug-induced
What?
chest feeding. That's what they want to call it now. Chest feeding.
Okay.
Drug-induced. No. What are you pumping into those children if that's what you're feeding them? It's disgusting.
So basically, what was that one drug that there was a lawsuit on it? Progesterone for men, or like there's a lawsuit that made men get like progesterone or whatever that made them
To make them milk.
that would make them lactate.
Yeah.
And there was a massive lawsuit. It was like an antidepressant
I heard something
or
about that, yeah.
antipsychotic or something like that. But yeah, that's. I'm trying really hard to hold out, like not gag right now, because it's fucking disgusting.
I'll take it right out.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. Take one for the
Maybe.
team.
Yo, let me get that nipple milk.
Right.
How you doing, baby?
Make some cereal.
Ugh.
No thanks. No thanks. What? Our jet can go from 0 to 160 in 2 seconds. Less than 2 seconds. I take it they're talking about rockets and missiles.
Super unrelated. I saw a Mustang-styled vehicle reach 310 miles an hour in 3.1 seconds.
What?
I didn't even know that was possible.
In 3.1?
Yeah, it was like 3.1.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
The engine, like, it was like one of those drag
Did it have
cars.
a coyote in it?
I don't know what
Or
it
like a
was, but it sounded
Godzilla?
like it blew
Maybe a
up right
Godzilla?
after they let off the throttle. Like, it sounded like it just blew up right after
Damn.
it let off the throttle. It was crazy. It was a drag car.
Wow.
Hamas says this war is a land grab by Israel. They're not wrong. They are just trying to claim that land, just like Russia is with Ukraine.
Whose land is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't care. It's not my problem.
Right, it's not my problem either. Like, how do you figure out whose land it is? What does any
as far back as time exists.
every country always does land grabs. That's what war is. The war is all about power and land. It's what it always has been. Should they be doing it? No.
Egypt's building basically a border wall out of giant concrete
It's-
things.
Oh
I don't blame them. They're expecting people to pour into their country.
yeah. I mean, North Korea, they keep starving. I don't know.
South Korea company offers $75,000 baby bonus. They're paying people to have babies in Korea.
Is there like a shortage?
Right, 75,000. I don't know what the spending power of 75K is in Korea, but
I mean, I'm
Well, I
pretty sure
bet
that's
that-
$75,000 US dollar. Like, I think they're
Yeah.
translating it to that.
Dang.
So it would be a lot.
I bet that chick that put her baby in the oven is regretting it now.
Yeah.
right, she could have got paid.
That's crazy. Maybe it's like
Houthis have
government
submarine
help.
drones.
That's crazy.
They've been still attacking ships in the Red Sea.
Submarine drones, huh?
They attacked another UK oil ship a couple days ago.
You know, they should try and attack a military ship. They should do that. That's a good idea.
Navy SEALs train Stallone's daughter for NYC. Right, what?
Oh, wait.
Probably for a movie.
Navy SEALs trained Sylvester Stallone for New York City.
Yeah, playing for
Rocky 2 inspired chicken chase. What?
okay. Businesses flee New York City after Trump ruling. So they also made in that ruling they fined
He
him with
can't do
300.
business.
Yeah, he can't be the head of any business in the city for 3 years. Right? Why?
And all of the other businesses are like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
everybody's like,
we're
"Oh,
done
screw
here."
that," and they're leaving.
It's because they would be screwed.
Of course, they would be.
The amount of
screwed.
business that Trump did in New York City is a lot. Like, he played a very, very big part in the economy in New York City.
So he can't own a business because of what reason?
He
he
can
ca-
own a business. He can't run the business.
He can't do any business in New
yeah,
York
he
City.
can't do any business.
New York City was just like, nah, get out of here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
Over his property in Florida.
Yeah, over his property in Florida.
In
because
Florida,
he said
New
it was
York
worth-
City has control over anything he does in Florida.
Because he was just a really big figure in New York City, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where he's from.
that's weird. Again, I'm not like the biggest Trump fan, but that's pretty like messed up.
They're doing everything they can to make sure he can't be president again.
Yeah, and that's the thing is why.
Why?
Yeah, like I feel like you can't just be like, ah. Like imagine if I was just like, oh yeah, well Detroit told me I can't own this. So
Well,
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna
they're
own
just
it.
going to
Like,
like
what?
outlandish extremes.
Right, and the thing is
It's
why,
like it has nothing to do with him, like his campaign at all, and they're just like targeting him for everything.
they fear him that much.
Why?
That's the thing. Why? Because they know he has skeletons on them.
Exactly.
He knows where their skeletons are buried.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is. And
Well,
they know.
Here's what I talked about earlier.
They know that he will willingly release all that shit.
Hmm. Oh, I gotta get going though.
Yeah, I know you do.
Here you go. This is what I was talking about earlier. I don't know the validity of this at all. But this says Russia, we will nuke the West if we don't win in Ukraine.
Oh, this is Medvedev,
Who is this
the
guy?
former president.
Oh,
Medvedev.
okay, interesting. Yeah, I caught a glimpse of that earlier. I didn't really think it was pertinent to bring up.
But yeah, that's what Russia is trying to do. They're trying to reinstall what they had before under the USSR.
And if they can't, they want to nuke us.
Oh,
Whatever. Do it then.
it'll get shot out.
I
of the
can't.
sky.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll do it. I
By
gotta
a
take off to
UFO.
go to hockey and
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
probably
do all those things. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell.
Something like that.
Tell me to go fuck myself. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll take that. Go. Yeah, do whatever. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yeah. Have a
Right.
good rest of your weekend. Like we said earlier, DMs are open if you need someone to,
Yeah, definitely
an
reach
ear to
out.
chatter into or whatever. Reach out.
Definitely reach out. But have a good rest of the weekend, and hopefully you have a good next week, and it's not as
Hopefully it's not as chaotic as this week.
chaotic
was.
and
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
I had to sort through I don't know how many things. Like
I bet.
I had like 40 or 50 things saved. Just
I'm
All
just
right,
over
well.
here like la-di-da-di-da.
yeah. All right then, everybody, take it easy.